Hey guys, Mix here, and in today's video we are back with our newest project, and that is this 1980 Honda CB750 that we're going to be swapping this engine into the half-scale NASCAR. So in last video I revealed this to you guys, and we also began working on it a little bit. So basically we didn't do much, but we did a huge step which was necessary for this build to happen, which was unsticking the engine. So this has been sitting for many years, and as you guys remember, when we hooked up the battery, it was clicking, and that's either low voltage, bad connections, the engine stuck, or bad starter or starter solenoid. I tried tripping the starter solenoid, and I hurt the starter attempting to try and spin it over, but it was not happening. So we took off the flywheel cover, and I was able to get a breaker bar and break that thing loose while having the cylinders lubricated so we don't snap any piston rings. So now that we have this engine unlocked and turning over, it's not turning over very freely yet, but it's getting there. I do want to go ahead and start working on this thing in order to get it running. So basically what I want to do is, when we took off the flywheel cover, it was nasty in there. It looked like I had powdered sugar in there or something. So I definitely want to go ahead and clean that up, and along with that I want to take off all 4 of these carburetors and clean them out, because there's a mouse nest in every single carburetor. So I don't know if we're going to be able to salvage these. If we can, then that would be awesome. And if not, rebuild kits for them aren't, that expensive, to like $50 to $70 online, so I could just do that. But one more thing, as I walked in here today, there was a puddle all there, and it kind of leads near the battery, so I don't know if this thing leaked out battery acid, because in the last video the battery was bubbling up, which isn't good at all. So I probably just need to junk this battery too. But I'm going to try and clean that up without really touching it, because I'm not sure what it is. It could just be water that might have dripped out of the bike or something else, but just the way it lands, it seems like battery acid, and since it's so clear. So I'm just going to throw that on there and let it soak up. Okay. Alrighty, so first thing I want to go ahead and accomplish today is pulling off all these carburetors. So I need to detach all these little clamps that are holding it onto the engine from the boots, and then also I need to take off the throttle cables, which are right there, and then probably a choke cable, but then it shouldn't be too hard to slide out. If you guys remember my Super Magnet that I had last summer, I think it was, when I did the carburetors on that, since it was a V4 engine, not an inline 4 like this, those were a huge pain to take out and slide in and out of the boots in there. But if I could do that, then I could definitely do carburetors on this. So let's go ahead and get started. Alrighty guys, so the cables and the clamps are all loose from the carburetors, and they are moving right now. But as I'm taking this off, that little brown thing right there, I don't know if you guys can see it, that thing right there, I think that's a dead mouse. So that is kind of nasty, and you could get pretty sick from breathing in like mouse stuff and everything like that. I don't know. I know that there's diseases from mice, but yeah, I'm gonna try and pull this out without dropping any mice on the ground. And actually, as I just pulled it off before, I saw a little bit inside of this boot, and it looked like pure sand in there, so that's good. But wish me luck on pulling this out, and hopefully it doesn't make a mess. Oh my god, this is not good at all. Oh, still got some more cables to take off. I can't even get to them though. So I need to take off that cable right there, and I don't even know how the heck to even get on there. It's covered in nest, but you can see a little bit down in there and all there. I don't think I'm gonna be able to save these carburetors. And I don't know if a rebuild kit's gonna help at all either. This is actually disgusting. I'm pretty sure that you just pull up on this and then the cable should slide through, but there's no play in this at all, because the choke blades are stuck open. Oh. Alright, so I've been trying to mess around with this a little bit more, but I might just need to cut the cable and try and pull it out then, because these things are completely frozen. I cannot pull it out at all. So that kind of sucks, but I'm sure I probably could stick my hands down in there and try and free it off the choke lever itself, but I am not going to touch that at all. That is just disease. So I think my best bet is just to cut it. So right now I have this lever moving, and I'm trying to work this cable out right now so I can save it. I'm just gonna cut it. God, it's even hard to cut. Oh, finally. Now we should be able to pull this out. Oh no. So I got one throttle cable out, but since the throttle blades are stuck, I cannot rotate the other one and take it out. That's the only thing holding this on right now. Oh, yes, I got it. There we go. And here are, oh, what else is holding this thing on? Oh, a little breather. Okay. And here are our 4 nasty carburetors. God, that is some jank chiz. Oh. Alrighty guys, so here is a closer look at these carburetors. Like I said, I really do not know if these are going to be salvageable. I don't have a hydrosonic cleaner or anything like that to really get in every single crevice of these, but these things need a bath in like WD-40 because everything is locked up and I can't even imagine what inside of this looks like. And then if we come over here, here is inside of one of the boots. We gotta clean all of that out. The 2 middle ones aren't as bad, but they still have some stuff in them, and then the outside one also has a good amount in there, but this one is really, really bad. So I really do not even know where to begin with these carburetors. I mean, I do not want to touch them. They are so disgusting. I don't want to get diseases, but I think I'm just going to throw on a couple pairs of gloves and try and take out all of those and all of that nest and everything in there, so I can at least touch it without getting like fur all over me. And then I'll probably just spray this thing down with WD-40 and carb cleaner and see if I can make it work. Alrighty guys, so I just took out as much of the nest I could, and I just looped up all of the linkages and everything down in there. So I'm going to let that seep into all the crevices right now. And as I'm doing that, I'm going to take off the flywheel cover once again and begin cleaning all of that out so we have some good spark. And also, if you guys are hearing some rain or something like that, there's a pretty bad thunderstorm going on right now. The rain is starting to die down a little bit, but like it's like flooding. So hopefully we don't lose power in here. That would suck. But let's just keep on working while this is all drying and begin cleaning that up. So just in case some of you guys didn't see what it was like inside of here in last video, yeah, that's what it's like. It's pretty bad. So I'm pretty sure I could clean all of these up really good, but it's probably gonna make a mess cleaning out all of that nasty powder and everything. But we gotta make sure that we have the best connection for the best spark.
Two hours later.
So guys, it's like 2 hours later from the last clip, and the reason for that is, as you guys remember, like a couple clips ago, when I said it was raining pretty hard out, and it's still raining really bad, but as I was just working on, you know, cleaning all this up and everything, I was doing the time lapse, but literally I stood up and I was standing right about here, like this is the view I was having. And all of a sudden, as I was looking here, something insanely bright shined into my eyes. So I like looked up, and literally right out the window, I just saw a bolt and then like an ultraviolet like orb glowing right there. And it was like all up in my face. And then literally within like a half a second of me seeing that, the loudest thunder I ever heard in my life, the whole entire shed was shaking. Literally just shook this place and me. So I bolted out of here because I did not want to get struck by lightning, because that was literally so insanely loud. I mean, the cable and the phones and everything like electronic besides the lights for some reason was out. Nothing was working. But now we're back a couple hours later, and I'm back on track. But I just really wish I was like recording like how I am now when I heard that, because that sound was insane. And the light. And I tried to see if you could see it in the time lapse, but the light was just honestly so quick that you can't see it really. But now that I just told you guys that, because I thought it was really insane, let's get back to work. So I'm pretty much done cleaning up everything in here. I still need to clean up in here quick, but all of this sand stuff came out. It still looks a little bit rough, but the connections are definitely well beyond, you know, good enough for it to have a good connection. So I'm just gonna do this real quick, and I'll catch you guys back once I'm all done. So I just finished cleaning up the inside of the cover, and I just put it back on real quick. So that is all good to go. And now I want to begin disassembling these carburetors, and I just tried to pry up the little throttle valves, and the only one I was able to get up was this one, but now it's stuck up. So I'm probably gonna need to take off the top of these two and just clean everything up on top and bottom. And then along with that, I need to try and free up these choke plates. So we'll see what I can do, and I am honestly really excited to see how bad it looks inside of there. So let's get started. Alrighty guys, so as you guys can see, not all of the float bowls are off yet, but the two that are off, they look really dirty obviously, but I think I'm going to be able to clean those up pretty good. But these two on the other hand, always there's the screws that always round out, and I was able to get one off on this side, but these two are not cooperating, and then I was able to get the two bottom ones out, but the top one isn't cooperating. So I tried using the impact driver, but it's not working, so I might just need to drill them out. But I have a good tool, a good bolt extractor, which will probably work pretty good in this case. So I might just do that and then get new hardware once it's time to reassemble. But before I do that, I want to see if I can free up the choke and throttles. So I'm probably going to take off the tops quick and see how it looks under there. So I can probably lube up the throttles and the springs and everything like that. Because if I can't fix that, then there's no point of me really going crazy with trying to clean these if the carburetor, you know, the whole system is shot. But I'm really hoping that we can, because a whole new carburetor assembly I think isn't that cheap. I mean, the performance ones for this bike are $1,200, so that's insane. But I haven't really gotten around to see how much a stock carburetor set would be for this bike. But let's just see if we can make it work. Alright guys, so just as I suspected, I don't think I'm going to be able to save this carburetor for several reasons. Literally every screw on the top of this, besides one, I think it was, one or two, were stripping out. And then I just tried to move the choke. I can get the lever to twist, but it's literally just doing nothing. It's just slipping on the linkage itself. And I tried hammering these in and then lubing them up some more. And then I also tried prying up the throttle as well, but they were not budging. So as you guys can see, I have more WD-40 soaking on there. So I'm gonna let this soak overnight. I'm gonna spray it down before I'm done for today and then see how it is tomorrow. But I'm gonna begin shopping and seeing what the prices are online for one. So that kind of puts me at a halt, you know, because I can't really fire it up without carburetors unless I spray some starter fluid in each hole. But then I also need to clean out all of the boots as well, which I'm gonna do now. And then once I do that, you know, I'm gonna have the checklist and everything ready for the parts that I need. So I'm gonna need probably a whole set of new carburetors, new spark plugs, because the ones that were in there are pretty shot. So I mean, here's one that was in there, and this is probably one of the better of the ones that are in there, but it probably will not, you know, create good spark at all. So that is garbage. So I need to get 4 spark plugs as well. Oh, that's actually not bad. I'm trying to think what else I need. So carburetors, spark plugs, oh yeah, and then probably a new battery as well, because this thing isn't cranking over fast. I mean, I am going to begin cycling the cylinders a little bit more with lubrication and getting it spinning over better and better each day. But still, this battery loses voltage like if it doesn't start within the first click. It's really not that good at all. So definitely a new one of those. And hopefully that's it. I actually do want to check inside of the gas tank real quick, even though that this is going to be going onto the Mini Cup car, this engine. Just to fire it up, I want to see what inside of the gas tank looks like. I actually haven't even opened this yet. How the heck? This is, oh, there we go. And this key should fit in there. Oh, okay, it doesn't look too bad at all. It's a little rusty in there, but not bad at all. I mean, on my Super Magnet, the inside of that thing was completely rotted out, and I was able to make that work with some apple cider vinegar, because that eats rust, so I could probably put some in there, and it should clean that little bit right out. Alright, so now that we got what we need to do, you know, plans, and have a mental checklist in my head, I'm going to pull out these boots real quick, clean them, put them back on, and then we should be at a halt for today. All of the boots are now off, and definitely this cylinder was the mice's favorite place for a nest. I mean, this thing is filled. So I definitely don't want to crank it up anymore with all that stuff in there, because I don't want to get pushed into the intake valve and then go into the cylinders and make a huge mess. So I'm going to be super careful to make sure I push all of that out and not in. But I have all of the boots here as well, lined up in order, just in case they're different from each other. Then I need to make sure that they're going right. But I'm going to clean the side of there first, and then clean up the boots, and then we should be good. All of the intake ports are now nice and clean, along with the boots. So I guess that just puts us as a halt for today's video, due to this thing just needs new everything. But I mean, that's what I kind of expected from the beginning. This thing has been sitting for so long, and it's from 1980, and mice decided to make it its home. But it was worth a shot to try and make the parts work. But anyway guys, I'm gonna be ending the video here. Next video, we should be installing the new parts, and hopefully making it run. And then I also have more videos coming with the Yamaha Breeze, because as you guys know, we were in the middle of rebuilding that as well. But when I went to fire it up, it wasn't working. But a lot of you guys gave me a lot of helpful comments that I still need to try out. But a lot of you guys seem to agree on the same thing, so I'm pretty sure that this thing should be running soon. But follow my social medias, they will be on the outro of this video. Instagram and Snapchat I use the most. But thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like, comment, tell your friends about the channel.